What has been your I have to get the F out of here as soon as possible life moment? I was walking home from the gym in Seattle and would always pass a strange house with blankets covering the windows. It also had a fenced-in side yard cluttered with old broken RVs and trash. That night, an old man with a long white beard stood in front of the house in a bathrobe, smoking a cigarette. I had never seen anyone in front of the house before. Then I heard what sounded like a Prius pulling up to a stoplight. But it was, in fact, several Seattle police cars rolling up with their engines and lights off. I don't even know how they got that quiet. Then I saw a few officers approaching the house, and the old man with their guns drawn, completely silently. One of them made eye contact with me and made a fairly violent hand motion for me to go in a different direction. So I did, very quickly. About a month later, the house was demolished. I have no idea what transpired that night, and I'm glad I didn't have to find out. What's your worst, I know this looks bad, but I can explain moment? A female friend of mine who serves as a police officer was conducting a welfare check when she was bitten by the property owner's dog. She was about a mile from my house when bitten, and because I'm an EMT, she decided to call me to see if I could inspect where she was bitten and advise if she needed to go to the hospital. She arrived at my doorstep and gingerly made her way into the kitchen, recounting how the dog had bitten her just below her left buttock on the rear of her upper thigh. I was worried that the bite had broken the skin, and she would need to get it bandaged and possibly get a rabies shot. I informed her that I needed to examine the bite to provide assistance. She then removed her duty belt and lowered her pants to around her knees, revealing the area of the bite. Upon inspection, it didn't appear too severe, but there were 2 spots where the dog's teeth had punctured the skin. I told her I would bandage it up so she could make the 20-minute drive to the clinic. And I was just about to bandage her leg when my wife walks through the door. There I am with one of our female friends, standing in our kitchen in her police officer uniform, pants down, she was wearing a thong. I was sitting so basically her ass was in my face and my hands on her upper thigh. But we both had the deer in the headlights stare as we realized how bad this must have looked to my wife. We then both shouted out in unison, "It was a dog bite!"